Hey everyone, Adam Cohen here, still in London during this interesting year that we're having. 2020 has definitely not been dull. Most of you know this, but recently my father passed away, and today I came to the grounds to see my dad. Still processing that thought. A lot of people have been messaging me lately saying, hey, what happened to your broadcast, to your Instagram lives? And I didn't think anybody watched them. I guess I was mistaken. Not sure if it's me and him missing, or Tiffany, or both, but I do get some really positive feedback from the videos that we post, from the 2 or 3 people who watch them. But I'll be back in Los Angeles in a few weeks, and we'll start doing those broadcasts again. But I really do appreciate all the gratitude and positive comments and questions and advice that come in. I sometimes wonder why anyone comes to me for advice. If I ever needed advice, I'm probably the last person I'd ask. But I guess logic is sometimes it's good to hear it versus to hear it in your own head. I don't always process my concerns or questions well, yet I seem to process others very quickly. I guess a problem is somebody else's. It's easier for us to understand it and be detached. When it's more personal, it's just got so much more meaning. Today I felt like I needed someone to ask for advice. I've always gone to my dad over the years as someone who knows me and understands my mindset. I have a pretty, it's getting a little cold here, I have a pretty unique way of thinking. It's like, if you don't know me that well, it's kind of hard to understand the way my mind would work. But now that he's passed, who do I talk to? And it's funny, I just recently learned, I'm going to turn back, it's a little cold over here. I just recently learned that it's so much easier to talk to someone when they can't answer back, but that somehow they're listening. So, still processing that thought. But as 2020 kind of goes to an end, we have obviously a big election coming up. I'm kind of at the quandary where I don't really think it matters who you vote for. I think there's many issues that the country needs to face to get back on its feet and to get back on track. And I think 2021 is going to be no less of a challenging year than this year has been. I myself have been through some personal difficulties. I've been through family loss. Business obviously is seeing many changes. And we're having to reinvent ourselves a little bit. Life's creating many challenges, and it's an uphill battle just to figure out how we overcome these hurdles, how we move forward, how do we continue to grow and continue to thrive when it seems the house of cards that we all live in is falling apart. But the good news about a house of cards is that it doesn't require any great heavy lifting to rebuild. It requires motivation. It requires drive. And I myself am also figuring, how do I reinvent the business? How do I reinvent myself? How do I continue to accomplish this the way I have done all my life? I've always been an overachiever. I've never been a quitter. I've never been someone that's settled for normalcy. I've always had very high goals and expectation for myself, and I'm probably my biggest critic. No one will criticize me more than I will criticize myself. That's because I only want to accomplish great things and not to prove a point to anyone really, other than I feel it's important to myself. It's what makes me who I am. It's what drives me to be successful. It's what drives me to appreciate life and to set a threshold and to feel that I did that and no one else could. And that's part of when I created Saxon Spencer Capital, what I was trying to accomplish, and I believe I accomplished it, and I believe I accomplished it well, and I feel proud of the work that I've done. And as we see growing changes in the economy, we may see growing changes in the business. world, and in the real estate world, and in the mortgage world, and we're going to have to learn to evolve and adapt and try new things, and it's going to basically separate the weak from the strong, and the survivors from the quitters, and it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, and on the one hand, I'm actually excited about next year. I feel new challenges, new opportunities, new things going on in my personal life, and I think that all in all, as those things start to come together, hopefully I'll get that wind back in my sails that I always love to have, which I think I and everyone else I know is probably feeling an absence of that. We've all kind of lost that passion and drive and the wind in ourselves that gives us the momentum to keep going. But we have to find that. We have to embrace that. We can't be afraid of the unknown. As the pandemic, the economy, the political climate, and so many other things are obviously creating such a strain on who we are and what we can do and how we can do it. New challenges are occurring every day, and it's kind of hard to navigate that labyrinth of what happens next. But with a little bit of forward thinking, with a little bit of forward planning, and a little bit of having plans A, B, C, and D, as opposed to just one plan, we'll navigate that. We will find our way through it, and we will rebuild our economy, and we rebuild our businesses, and we will prevail. But life will continue to go on. And here I am looking through the cemetery where my father was recently buried, which is a huge loss to me, and also having gone through a divorce this year and everything else, life is it's a new norm. It's a new territory. It's uncharted waters, and so I personally can say that on all fronts, I think I did lose that win for myself somewhat. I think I did kind of put on a brave face, and I think I did a good job of keeping things going. But now I'm here, and I've been in London for the past 2 months, and it's been a roller coaster kind of trip, really, for me personally, even somewhat professionally. It's a lot just of business stuff that's up and down. I feel that I'm coming back to the US. Presently I call Los Angeles home, and I feel that I've had a bit of time to contemplate where my business is going, new projects I'm working on, new goals, personally, professionally, and going to keep on going, because we can't quit, we can't give up. It's, life is going to throw us challenges, and I think for everyone, 2020 has been very challenging. I don't think any business or any person that I know, rich, middle class, low income, or any of the above, I don't think any of them can say, 2020 has been a peachy year for all of us. We've had our freedoms taken away. We've lost ones that we love. We've can't even go and to our friends' houses or enjoy a restaurant properly. Movie theaters are closing down. The whole world is changing, but not all of these changes will be good, but some will be. There will be new things that will come along that will be better than before. There will be new opportunities that will come along that will be better than before. There will be new everything. Life will just be different, and some things will be less than before, and some things may be better. And I think we have to look to that they may be better, and we could call this a giant reshuffle of everything around us. And just as I'm seeing that in my personal life, as I'm seeing it in my business life, as I'm seeing it in so many ways, even with recent events, it have definitely kind of taken off my little smile. There it is. It's still there, and I still have that sparkle, and I still have that belief that everything will come together as it's meant to be, and that we will find that path, and that we will evolve, and that we will get through this and somehow be all better off for it. And I think if I'm trying to give a message to the here is that thank you for everyone that's known about my recent loss. I appreciate all the love that I received. Thank you for everyone who's been making comments about where are my videos lately and what happened. And yes, I'm still alive and I'm still here and I'm still keep on trucking, as they say. And as I said, I didn't even know that people watch my videos, but I guess they do, and I guess they enjoy them. And in fact, if people are sending me messages saying, hey, can we see some new videos? So here's a recent video filmed today, and live from London, and all by myself today, as you can clearly say, but having a moment to appreciate life, to reposition my head and my mind, to take stock of what's been going on and what needs to get done and what needs to be accomplished. And starting in a few weeks' time, we'll start getting these videos back on a regular schedule, and we'll start seeing new products from me, as well as different businesses that are presently in the air, which will always be real estate and finance. It's been my world for almost 30 years. Can't believe I just said that out loud, but yeah, I got into the business young. And new projects, which including international shipping, freight, financing, also some media and other projects. So I'm definitely planning my way into 2021. I'm not going to allow recent events to stop me, to stop my momentum, to hold me back in life. In fact, I'm going to do just the opposite. I'm going to take everything that has been going on in my life, in the world in general, and I'm going to use that as a positive to build, to grow, to be strong, to make that house of cards a fortress, so that the economy, the political climate can only add to my world as opposed to be a subtraction, the way, unfortunately, I think it has been for everyone. And we will see what happens with this election. That's something we can control by voting, although we can't control the outcome, obviously. But chin up, stiff upper lip, as they say here in the UK, very British phrase. And I know a lot of people that who are going through a very hard time right now, personally, business-wise, money, and I know some people are having to get creative, and sometimes it's not always the work that we want to do, but whatever we can do in order to support ourselves, to survive, to grow, is a reality of life, and better times ahead. So to everyone who's been missing me on here, thank you for all your kind comments. We'll be back shortly with lots of new information, lots of new insight, hopefully a few laughs and a few smiles, and let's set away a roadmap to go into 2021 better prepared, more confident, stronger, and just ready to start facing the challenges that we already know are on the table. We know there's a pandemic. We know that we have a corrupt political structure. We know that it doesn't really matter if it's the left or the right that gets in. Their policies, their needs are solely for their own benefit, and that the public don't benefit from their political lies, which I guess is, in my opinion, how I see it. Some people will disagree with me, and that's okay. I always welcome anyone who doesn't agree with me to say so or to disagree. So knowing that, let's make next year a successful year. Let's make some changes, and let's kind of take stock of the things that we know are kind of impacting our lives, and see how we manage that to our better, to our growth, to be stronger and to be successful. So Have a wonderful rest of your week, everyone. I might do 1 or 2 more videos from London before I come back. And I feel a little bit more refreshed for doing this video, for coming to see my father out here, unfortunately, but that's life. And I look forward to communicating with everybody again soon. Be well and take care.